Hello guys and welcome along. Today we're going to be having a look at the Razer DeathAdder. This is a gaming mouse, obviously from Razer. It's the Chroma edition, so you can have multiple colours on the scroll wheel and on the logo there. We'll have a quick look at the box first, quite a small box as you can see. On the front you just got the mouse, all the kind of awards it's won. On the left hand side you've got some marketing bump about the 4G laser and ergonomic shape. On the back you've got the specs, 7-foot cable, 5 programmable buttons, Razer Synapse enabled, and that's the software that runs on your computer that allows you to change the LEDs, ergonomic shape, and Chroma customizable lighting. And the specs there, one of the standout specs is 10,000 DPI. It's quite a lot more than the 4,000 DPI on my older mouse. So let's get it open, see what's inside. Nice green plastic tray. There's the mouse itself. In the bottom there there's a load of stuff. Let's have a look what we've got here first. All in a little plastic wrap. Some Razer stickers. Not sure what you do with those. A little booklet. Razer DeathAdder in product information guide. This is all about setting it up on your computer, plugging it in, all the different languages of that. Nice quality book. Exclusive rewards for the Razer faithful. That's all about their website. And this is just a picture. Congratulations, there is no turning back. There you go. So this bit's just got the mouse itself, with the cable coming out the bottom. Really nice quality cable actually, that. It's braided. Should have said that before. So there's the mouse. I'll show you this plugged in a second. Feels really good quality in your hand. Really nice solid quality plastic. Grippy rubbery bits on the sides. Nice effect on the scroll wheel. I've got quite big hands, so it sits nicely in my hand. Really nice. So you've got a 7-foot braided cable all the way down to a nice USB plug there. On the left hand side you've got the 2 function buttons which you can map to various things in the software. Obviously the wheel, left and right click, the wheel clicks as well. And there you've got the pads on the bottom, they're really low friction as with all the Razer products. And you've got the optical sensor. So let's get this plugged in and see what it looks like. Right, so here it is plugged in. We're testing this on the SteelSeries cloth mousepad that I've reviewed previously on this channel. Highly recommend this, so check the link out in the description below. So when you first plug this in, it's by default scrolls through all the different colours available. If you want to set one of these permanently, you set it in the software on the computer, which I'll show you in a minute. But by default it's just scrolling through all the different colours. In the hand it feels really good. It's moulded for right-handed people, so if you're left-handed, this mouse isn't going to be any good for you. It's going to be slightly awkward. But for right-handed players, which is probably the majority, it's really good in the hand. I've got quite big hands, so it's really good for me. Feels really good. It's not too heavy, but it's not too light. It's really good weight. It's really well weighted. The button clicks feel really solid, as you can probably hear there. The rubber grips on the side will be really handy when it comes to a long gaming session. Things can get a bit sweaty, that kind of thing, so you can lose your grip. The feet on it are Teflon, which makes it really smooth to move around on the mouse pad. This is a cloth mouse pad and it's really good. I've also used plastic hard mouse pads. I prefer the cloth. Unlike your standard optical mouse, you can't see the laser on the bottom, the 4G optical sensor as they call it. Normally you can see like a red light. With these ones, they're very different and a lot higher resolution. So what I'll do now is I will show you the software on the computer. Right then guys, so welcome to my desktop, or at least the corner of the screen of my desktop. On here I've got installed the Razer Synapse software. Now this allows me to configure all aspects of my mouse, such as what all the different buttons do, the DPI, the mouse acceleration, that kind of thing. Lighting, so what colour the scroll wheel is, what colour the logo is, or if they cycle through the colours as you saw when I showed it to you earlier. Calibration, this allows you to set different types of calibration for different mouse mats. It's got set ones, obviously the Razer ones, obviously not a lot of people probably have those. It also allows you to record macros, and you can assign the macros to the different buttons in the customize section. We'll just go through this. On the left here you can set up profiles. I've just got mine set up as my username, and then you can save them and it syncs them to the cloud. Obviously you log in to the system, and there is offline mode as well if you don't want it to log in every time. Obviously you need it to be logged in to sync. If you're using more than one computer, that kind of thing might be useful. With the different buttons, obviously left click is bound to left click, you can't change that, but you can click on right click and that allows you to use different things. So you could set a macro, change the sensitivity, make things launch, multimedia, that kind of thing, all on the touch of a button. Obviously most people will probably leave like the left click, right click scroll as the same, but the two buttons on the side, I use mine for voice comms in games, but the world is your oyster really. Performance wise, I've got my DPI set quite low. I like playing shooters, but if you turn it right up you'll probably see that my mouse goes a bit mental. Having it on 10,000 DPI is super sensitivity. I generally have it on about 2,000. There we go, you can set it there in the box. The acceleration, that's obviously how quickly it goes, so I've got mine on 0, but if you set it to 10, the mouse accelerates quicker. On the lighting here, we can set the colours. Now, your scroll wheel and the logo are independently set, so you can have the scroll wheel as pink, and you can have the logo as green if you wanted. And then on the calibration, you set your mouse mat. For example, I can select others, and I can recalibrate my mouse pad, and this is where you have to swipe your mouse over the mouse pad, and it looks at the surface and it calibrates the mouse for you. Calibration complete. Save that as just mouse pad 1. There's other options in here as well. You've seen the macros. Chromaps are things that allow like games to control what colour your mouse is. This is probably more useful for the keyboard that they have, which changes colour. Stats, this is quite cool. So on this stats page you can see all your mouse clicks, how far your mouse has gone, how many macros you've ran on various games. Obviously I've got Battlefield, Counter-Strike, DayZ, Dirty Bomb. I haven't played it on most of these games, but you get the general idea of the stats that are available. Obviously you've got different devices. Heat maps is quite a cool one. This shows you where you've been clicking mainly on the screen. So obviously from shooters, most games will be mainly in the middle, but I guess you can analyse your play, see where your hotspots are. That's a really cool function. Mouse movement shows you where the lines are going, where you're moving to, top left, top right, whatever you have. And keystrokes. This will be only available if you've got the keyboard, obviously. So this comes up with some interesting stats about estimated exerted pressure, overall keystrokes, probably information you don't really care about. So I probably need to find some bad points of this mouse, and you'll struggle, definitely. A couple of things I've noticed though. The scroll wheel, scrolling down is fine, nice and quiet, but scrolling up is a little bit noisy. Not sure if it's just this one, or the model in general. Probably nothing to be concerned about unless you're really easily annoyed. The other thing, the rubber strips on the side get a little bit sweaty against your hand after a few hours. I've noticed when I'm holding it like that, my thumb and this side here gets a little bit sweaty. But that's a really minor complaint. Overall, guys, I am very impressed by this mouse. Really high quality. The cable is awesome, never gets tangled. The Razer DeathAdder is generally RRP about £60. I've seen it as low as 45, which is when I snagged this on Amazon. Check out the link below to see this on Amazon. Don't forget to hit subscribe to be notified of my latest videos. If you found this useful, please hit the like button at the bottom here and leave a comment. What mouse do you use? Do you think this is a good mouse? Would you suggest anything else? And if you have been, guys, thank you for watching.